Captain America reviewed some files and noted that the situation was complicated. Natasha agreed and added that the snap brought more problems than they had anticipated. Tony Stark looked at a hologram and asked what the new group called themselves. Bruce Banner replied that they were known as the X-Men. Steve mentioned that one of them had helped Peter in London. Sam wondered how Peter had even gotten there. Stark clarified it was a school trip. Natasha informed them that the professor would arrive in a matter of minutes. Johnny remarked that he thought they would be the only ones. Banner corrected him and mentioned hearing about another hero group, called the Defenders. Natasha sighed and said the world had gone crazy. Stark pointed out that Goku had only been gone for 3 days, and everything was already in chaos. Wanda asked about Carol. Natasha started to say she would be there soon, but Carol landed at the door at that exact moment. Carol announced her return. Sam called it a great coincidence. Reed Richards told her it was good she arrived, because there was a problem. Steve asked what the problem was. Reed looked at a screen and explained that a small town had been attacked that morning with no survivors. Carol asked if there were cameras. Reed confirmed there were and said that whatever did this wanted them to see it. He showed the screen to Sue. Sue looked at the footage and admitted she did not know Goku had returned. Carol was confused and asked what she meant. Steve asked if they were implying Goku came back and murdered an entire town. Carol immediately denied it and stated Goku was not capable of such a thing. Reed turned the screen to show an image and asked why the attacker looked exactly like him. Natasha stuttered that it was impossible and identified the figure as Black. Sue asked who Black was. Steve explained that about a month ago during the events with Thanos, Goku had faced an evil version of himself. Sam said he thought Goku had destroyed him. Carol crossed her arms and noted that something or someone must have saved him. Stark sensed she was hiding something. Carol confessed that she and Goku had known he might be alive for a month. Wanda asked how that was possible. Banner asked why they kept it a secret. Carol explained it was only a theory at the time. Sam pointed out that Goku did not look like that when he transformed. Carol clenched her fists and realized Black must have grown stronger. 2 hours later, Carol threw herself into training after confirming Black was still alive. The Avengers spoke with Professor X. They acknowledged the X-Men were now official and would collaborate whenever necessary. Carol stood on a balcony looking at the sky. She thought about Goku and wished for his safe return, because everyone missed him. In Universe 7 on planet Earth, Goku asked Kami-sama about Kao-sama. Kami-sama explained that Kao-sama was a being on a much higher level than himself. Goku was excited and asked where he was. Kami-sama told him Kao-sama lived in the other world. Goku panicked and asked if he had to die to train with him. Kami-sama reassured him that he could take him there without dying. Goku felt a wave of relief. Kami-sama asked what his decision was. Goku accepted the offer. Up in the other world, Kami-sama pleaded with Enmadeo-sama to let Goku travel to Kao-sama. Enmadeo-sama hesitated and mentioned that no one besides himself had ever crossed Snake Way and returned. Kami-sama remained confident it would not be a problem for Goku. Goku smiled and promised he would cross it easily. Enmadeo-sama finally agreed and ordered a guide to take Goku to the start of Snake Way. At the entrance, the guide explained that the path was roughly 1 million kilometers long. Goku whistled and decided he better get started. He transformed into a Super Saiyan and flew off at incredible speed. The guide stood in shock and muttered that flying was cheating. Goku flew across Snake Way and arrived in mere minutes. He noticed the heavy gravity on the tiny planet, but his intense training made it feel like nothing. Goku called out to see if anyone was there. A short blue man with 2 antennae appeared alongside a monkey. Goku introduced himself and asked if the man was Kao-sama. Kao-sama confirmed his identity and asked why Goku was there since almost no one ever crossed the path. Goku bowed and asked to be trained in his special techniques. Kao-sama noticed Goku was not dead. Goku explained he was from another universe and was severely short on time. Kao-sama asked which universe he came from. Goku answered he was from the universe of the one above all. Kao-sama had no idea what that meant, but asked how much time Goku had. Goku estimated he had 10 or 11 days. Kao-sama was shocked and said that was barely any time at all. Goku asked if there was anything they could do. Kao-sama agreed to help, but insisted on testing him first. Goku confidently told him to bring on the tests. Kao-sama noted his confidence and asked what race he belonged to. Goku smiled and said he was a Saiyan. Kao-sama was astonished because he thought the Saiyans were extinct. Goku explained his history. He said his parents sent him to Earth to survive the destruction of planet Vegeta. Then the one above all sent him to his universe, but he originally belonged to this one. Kao-sama slowly put the pieces together. He remembered a Saiyan who had defeated Frieza and his father. He had tried to locate that Saiyan, but failed. He asked Goku if that was him. Goku confirmed it and credited as Super Saiyan and Super Saiyan 2 transformations. Kao-sama was baffled because Super Saiyan was a mere legend, and he had never even heard of a second level. Goku chuckled and said he achieved it through hard work and dedication. Kao-sama admitted he doubted there was anything he could teach someone that strong. Goku mentioned that Kami-sama told him about Kao-sama possessing interesting techniques. Kao-sama agreed to teach him those, and mentioned someone else who might help increase his overall power. Goku was thrilled and asked if they had enough time. Kao-sama told him not to worry, but demanded Goku pass a final test. Goku warmed up and said he was ready. Kao-sama declared that Goku had to tell a joke that would make him laugh. Goku fell over backwards in disbelief. Kao-sama warned him that he was the best comedian around, and would be hard to impress. Goku pleaded that they had no time for jokes. Kao-sama turned his back and refused to teach him otherwise. Goku focused intensely trying to think of something funny. He shouted out a terrible pun about a starry star. Kao-sama slowly grinned, and then erupted into roaring laughter. Goku followed up with another pun about rice. Kao-sama fell to the floor in hysterics. After calming down, Kao-sama praised Goku as a comedy professional. Goku smiled and asked if he passed. Kao-sama confirmed it and called his monkey bubbles over. After completing a few simple physical tests, Goku asked Kao-sama what his plan was. Kao-sama told Goku to prepare himself to meet the Grand Kao-sama. Goku was confused because he thought he was already speaking to Kao-sama. Kao-sama explained that there were 4 Kao-sama who managed different sectors of the universe, and he was only the North Kao-sama. Goku asked who the Grand Kao-sama was. Kao-sama explained that the Grand Kao-sama stood above all 4 of them. He possessed a special chamber, where a person could experience 2 years of training in a single day. Goku was amazed and compared it to the time chamber on Earth, but much stronger. Kao-sama nodded, and told Goku to follow him. Goku stopped and asked if there was anyone higher than the Grand Kao-sama. Kao-sama hesitated. He explained that those matters were restricted, but revealed that above the Grand Kao-sama stood the supreme sacred beings known as the Supreme Kao-sama. Goku was confused by the title. Kao-sama refused to say more, and urged him to get moving. In the universe of the one above all, Black leaned against a wall. Kang approached and demanded to know where he had been hiding. Black replied that he was taking care of a personal matter. Kang asked about the status of the army. Black looked out over a massive legion. He explained that they had gathered all the survivors. He added that the Power Stone and Reality Stone allowed them to forge an unstoppable force. Kang asked about Black and his power levels. Black smiled and said his power had increased exponentially. He admitted he never expected the future technology to be so helpful. Black had managed to briefly access a form far beyond Super Saiyan Rose before passing out from the strain. Kang simply reminded Black that he had promised results. Black smiled maliciously and noted that the final moment was approaching. Goku and North Kao-sama arrived at the Grand Kao-sama planet. They ran into 2 people blocking their path. West Kao-sama yelled and asked what North Kao-sama was doing there. North Kao-sama stepped forward and glared at his rival. The 2 stared each other down while Goku watched in confusion. Goku noticed a tall green warrior standing next to West Kao-sama. West Kao-sama demanded an explanation for North Kao-sama showing up. North Kao-sama shouted the exact same demand back at him. West Kao-sama bragged that he brought a very powerful warrior named Paikuhin to participate in a tournament, because he was the strongest fighter in the West Galaxy. West Kao-sama then looked at Goku and asked who he was. Goku pointed to himself and introduced his name. North Kao-sama proudly claimed Goku was a warrior of justice and a Saiyan with unimaginable strength. West Kao-sama scoffed and doubted Goku could ever reach the level of Paikuhin. North Kao-sama firmly disagreed. West Kao-sama suggested they prove it. A voice behind them agreed that a match was a great idea. North Kao-sama recognized the voice. Both turned and bowed respectfully to the Grand Kao-sama. The Grand Kao-sama greeted them enthusiastically, while dancing to some music. Goku watched him dance, and wondered if this was really the legendary Grand Kao-sama. West Kao-sama asked to what they owed the honor. The Grand Kao-sama explained he overheard them arguing about who was stronger. North Kao-sama stepped up and explained Goku was a visiting Saiyan from another universe, who was severely short on time. He asked if Goku could use the special training chamber. The Grand Kao-sama proposed a martial arts match. He promised that if Goku won he would be allowed to use the room. Goku flared his aura and said it sounded exciting. The Grand Kao-sama led everyone to a large martial arts arena. Goku and Paikuhin stepped onto the platform and glared at each other. The Grand Kao-sama brought out an announcer who signaled the start of the match. Goku attacked in his base form. Paikuhin easily dodged the strike. They exchanged a flurry of blows with neither gaining a clear advantage. Paikuhin powered up and knocked Goku away. He fired several energy blasts that struck Goku directly. Goku stabilized himself in midair and launched a shockwave of wind, but Paikuhin effortlessly avoided it. Goku realized his base form was useless and transformed into a Super Saiyan. Paikuhin noted that Goku had been hiding his true strength. Goku replied that he suspected Paikuhin was holding back as well. Paikuhin suggested they use their maximum power. Goku agreed. Paikuhin removed his heavy-weighted clothing and unleashed his full strength. He challenged Goku to do the same. Goku complimented Paikuhin and ascended to Super Saiyan 2. They clashed again and traded devastating strikes. Goku slowly began to take the advantage. Paikuhin realized he was losing ground and landed on the arena floor. Goku landed across from him and praised his power. Paikuhin thanked him but declared he would end the fight immediately. Paikuhin took a strange stance. Goku wondered what he was planning. Paikuhin shouted his ultimate technique and launched a massive spiral of fire. Goku was caught off guard and took the blast head-on. He barely managed to stay on the platform. The Grand Kao-sama watched in awe of their power. West Kao-sama bragged that Paikuhin was clearly superior. North Kao-sama told him to look closer because Goku had not lost yet. Paikuhin warned Goku that the next attack would finish it. Paikuhin charged his fiery technique again. Goku analyzed the stance and spotted a flaw. He used his speed to vanish and reappear directly behind Paikuhin. Goku fired a massive Kamehameha that blasted Paikuhin completely out of the ring. The Grand Kao-sama declared Goku the winner and granted him access to the special time chamber. Goku bowed and thanked him. The Grand Kao-sama led Goku and North Kao-sama to a large door and opened it. Over the next year inside the chamber, North Kao-sama trained Goku extensively. Goku learned the Kaioken and the Jinkidama. He even managed to briefly access the power of Super Saiyan 3. When the year ended, they exited the chamber and found two strangers waiting for them. Goku did not recognize them, but North Kao-sama did, and froze in absolute terror. The shorter stranger greeted Goku and North Kao-sama politely. He mentioned that the Grand Kao-sama told him they would be there. Goku casually asked who the man was. North Kao-sama immediately punched Goku in the head. He screamed at Goku to show some respect and asked if he was blind. Goku rubbed his head and reminded North Kao-sama he was not from this universe. North Kao-sama frantically explained that Goku was standing before one of the most important deities in existence. Goku asked if the man was like the Grand Kao-sama. North Kao-sama shook his head. The taller attendant introduced his master as the Supreme Kao-sama. Goku remembered North Kao-sama mentioning that title. Supreme Kao-sama stepped forward with a serious expression. He warned Goku that the universe was in grave danger. Goku asked what kind of danger. Supreme Kao-sama explained the history of an evil wizard named Bibidi. Millions of years ago, Bibidi created a monster named Majin Buu who could destroy entire planets with ease. Buu was too chaotic, so Bibidi sealed him away in a shell. Now Babidi, the son of Bibidi, was gathering energy across the universe to awaken the monster on Earth. Goku took a moment to process the information. He asked if Majin Buu was as strong as Frieza or his father. He assumed it would be an easy fight if that was the case. Supreme Kao-sama shook his head grimly. He stated that any Supreme Kao-sama could kill Frieza with a single punch, but even he was helpless against Majin Buu. Goku was amazed that they could kill Frieza in one hit, but still feared Buu. He confidently pointed at himself and said he could handle it. Supreme Kao-sama acknowledged Goku as a Saiyan with great potential. He added that Goku would not have to fight alone. Goku asked who would help him. A familiar voice called out his Saiyan name. Goku turned and gasped as Vegeta stepped forward. Vegeta crushed a rock in his hand and promised he would never let Goku surpass him. Supreme Kao-sama explained that Vegeta was one of the strongest warriors available and would train alongside him. Kibito added that 4 other Saiyans were training with North Kao-sama because they were not ready for advanced instruction. Goku was stunned and asked if there were really 4 more. He counted Raditz, Nappa, Vegeta and himself. Vegeta crossed his arms and explained that his younger brother Tarbell and a nuisance named Broly were the other 2. Supreme Kao-sama urged Goku and Vegeta to enter the chamber because time was running out. They nodded and walked inside. Vegeta scoffed and claimed the deity was exaggerating the threat. Goku disagreed. He pointed out that Supreme Kaio-sama was a god, and if Buu was truly that strong, even Super Saiyan 2 might not be enough. Vegeta transformed into a Super Saiyan and dropped into a combat stance. He swore a low-class warrior would never defeat the Prince of all Saiyans. Goku transformed as well and mirrored his stance. He noted that even a low-class warrior could surpass an elite with enough effort. Vegeta grew furious and lunged at Goku. Their fists collided with enough force to generate a massive shockwave. They broke apart and Vegeta fired a barrage of energy blasts. Goku swatted them away with his hands. Goku dashed forward at blinding speed. Vegeta blocked the punch, but the sheer force sent him skidding backward. Vegeta recovered and leaped into the air. He cupped his hands and fired a purple Gallic Ho. Goku cursed and charged a Kamehameha. He fired the blue beam, and the two attacks clashed in midair. Goku poured more power into his blast and overwhelmed the Gallic Ho. The beam struck Vegeta directly. Their grueling training continued for the next 2 years inside the Grand Kaio-sama special chamber. The results were incredible for both warriors. Vegeta mastered the Super Saiyan 2 form and reached its maximum power. Goku finally unlocked Super Saiyan 3, but realized it drained his energy far too quickly. Eventually they exited the chamber. Vegeta looked around and asked where the other insects were. Goku shrugged and said he did not know. Grand Kaio-sama approached and informed them that Supreme Kaio-sama sent word. The battle on Earth was about to begin. Goku told Vegeta it was time to go and flew off. Vegeta followed close behind. Back on Earth, Babidi complained that his minions had not brought enough energy. Dabura asked if they would fail to awaken Majin Buu. Babidi suddenly noticed a massive spike on his energy meter. He grinned and told Dabura that a powerful source of energy was approaching. Dabura understood his orders and left the room. Babidi laughed and declared it was time. Goku and Vegeta landed in a rocky wasteland, where Supreme Kaio-sama and Kibito were hiding. Supreme Kaio-sama welcomed them. He pointed to a hole in the ground and explained Babidi hid his ship beneath the surface. The doors of the ship opened, and Dabura stepped out. Kibito trembled in fear, and identified him as the Demon King. Goku and Vegeta repeated the title in surprise. Supreme Kaio-sama clenched his fists and cursed their bad luck. He had no idea Dabura was working for Babidi. Vegeta scoffed and said the demon did not look very tough. Kibito warned him that Dabura possessed monstrous strength. Dabura suddenly vanished and appeared directly in front of Kibito with his hand outstretched. Fortunately, Goku and Vegeta instantly transformed into Super Saiyan 2 and intercepted him. Kibito stumbled back. Instead of fighting, Dabura retreated into the ship to lure them inside. Goku suggested they follow him. Vegeta agreed and jumped down the hatch. Goku followed right behind him. Supreme Kaio-sama panicked and yelled that it was a trap. Kibito cursed the two Saiyans for being reckless. Inside the ship, Babidi spoke directly into their minds. He told the intruders they had to survive 3 stages of combat to prevent Buu from waking up. Goku counted on his fingers. He pointed out there were only 2 of them, so someone would have to fight twice. Vegeta immediately claimed he would be the one to fight twice. A fighter named Pui Pui stepped out of the shadows and boasted he would kill them both. Vegeta yelled at the alien to stay out of their conversation. Goku whined and said he wanted to fight twice. Vegeta yelled that he was going to take the extra match. Goku suggested they resolve it fairly. Vegeta agreed. They played rock, paper, scissors. After 2 minutes of ties, Goku finally threw paper against Vegeta throwing rock. Goku jumped up and down in celebration. Vegeta turned away in disgust. Vegeta told Goku to take the first fight while he handled the other 2. Goku agreed and stepped aside. Pui Pui laughed and lunged at Vegeta. Vegeta casually backhanded him across the room. Vegeta called him a pathetic insect. Pui Pui charged again, but Vegeta effortlessly dodged every strike. Vegeta caught a swift kick with a single hand. Pui Pui stared in shock. Vegeta kicked him hard enough to send him crashing into the ceiling. Vegeta continued to beat Pui Pui mercilessly. The environment suddenly shifted due to Babidi using his magic. Pui Pui laughed and gloated that they were now on a planet with 10 times the gravity of Earth. He claimed Vegeta would be crushed by the pressure. Vegeta just smiled. Pui Pui stopped laughing. Vegeta calmly stated the gravity did not affect him at all. Pui Pui accused him of bluffing. Vegeta promised to prove it. Pui Pui attacked in a blind rage. Vegeta dodged easily. He placed both hands squarely on Pui Pui and obliterated him with a point-blank energy blast. Goku gave Vegeta a thumbs up. Vegeta turned his back and called the alien a worm. A hole opened in the floor leading to the next level. Goku told Vegeta it was time to move on, and jumped down. Vegeta growled at Goku to stop giving orders and followed him. The next room was pitch black. Vegeta looked around and demanded to know what was going on. A raspy voice echoed in the darkness asking which of them he would eat first. Goku dropped into a fighting stance and told the creature to reveal himself. The monster Yakin boasted that he could see perfectly in the dark. Goku simply nodded. Yakin moved silently and attacked. He was stunned when Goku casually dodged the strike and countered with a heavy blow. Yakin tried again but Goku battered him effortlessly. Yakin grew furious and asked how Goku could see him. Goku explained he did not need to see. He could feel the air shifting and hear every footstep. Goku transformed into a Super Saiyan. The golden aura illuminated the entire room. Goku did not realize Yakin fed on light. Yakin opened his massive jaws and inhaled. Goku felt his energy drain and dropped back to his base form. Goku touched his hair in confusion. Vegeta called Goku an idiot and explained the monster was eating his light energy. Yakin rubbed his belly and laughed. He agreed with the short man and demanded more of the delicious glowing energy. Vegeta exploded in anger at being called short. Goku observed Yakin and formulated a plan. He offered Yakin an entire banquet. Goku transformed again and pushed his power higher. Yakin greedily absorbed the light. Goku continued to raise his energy while Vegeta watched from the sidelines. Neither realized Babidi was siphoning the ambient energy from their fights to awaken Majin Buu. Buu was already at 60% capacity. Goku flared his aura violently. Yakin swelled up like a massive balloon. Goku released one final burst of power causing Yakin to completely explode from the overload. Vegeta smirked and noted that Goku planned that from the start. Goku smiled and agreed. Supreme Kaio-sama and Kibito finally descended into the room. Supreme Kaio-sama announced they had a new plan. He explained that Goku would fight Dabura, while they used the distraction to destroy the egg. Goku thought it was a simple and effective strategy. Vegeta grabbed Goku by the shirt and demanded he act like a true Saiyan. He wanted Buu to wake up so they could fight him. Goku tried to reason with him and pointed out the danger. Vegeta refused to listen. Supreme Kaio-sama begged Vegeta to reconsider. Babidi interrupted telepathically and ordered them to descend to the final stage. Goku agreed to proceed. Vegeta scoffed and jumped down the hole. Goku followed him. Supreme Kaio-sama stayed hidden above to wait for an opening. Dabura stood waiting in a grassy open field created by Babidi. Dabura charged at Goku. Goku blocked the initial punch and they exchanged a rapid series of blows. Dabura slipped past his guard and punched Goku in the face. He vanished and reappeared behind Goku to deliver a knee to the back of his neck. Goku recovered and transformed into a Super Saiyan. He threw a punch but Dabura caught it. Goku headbutted the Demon King to break his grip. Goku followed up with an uppercut that lifted Dabura off his feet. He attempted a roundhouse kick, but Dabura blocked it and punched Goku hard in the stomach. Goku tried to counter, but Dabura kicked him in the face and sent him flying. Goku realized he needed more power and ascended to Super Saiyan 2. Dabura gasped in shock. Goku blurred out of sight and drove his fist deep into Dabura. The demon dropped to one knee holding his stomach. Supreme Kaio-sama and Kibito used the distraction to invade the control room. Supreme Kaio-sama declared the game was over. Babidi panicked and screamed for Dabura to save him. Dabura heard the plea and tried to escape. Goku stopped him with a brutal punch to the face. Vegeta watched the fight in silence. Supreme Kaio-sama fired a blast at the sealed shell of Majin Buu. But it did absolutely nothing. Kibito stared in horror. Goku noticed the failed attack. He aimed his hand at Dabura and fired a massive energy sphere. Dabura stood his ground, and the blast sailed right past him. Dabura mocked Goku for having terrible aim. Goku smiled and said he was not aiming at him. Dabura turned around and watched the blast strike the egg. Dabura screamed for his master. The energy detonated and destroyed the entire ship. A massive cloud of pink smoke erupted from the wreckage. A few minutes later, Goku, Vegeta, Supreme Kaio-sama, and Kibito emerged from the rubble. Kibito had managed to shield them from the worst of the blast. Babidi and Dabura appeared to be dead. Vegeta cursed at Goku for blowing up the ship without warning. Goku apologized and said it was their only chance. Supreme Kaio-sama praised their efforts and invited them to the sacred planet. Kibito protested that mortals were forbidden. Supreme Kaio-sama overruled him and said they earned the right by stopping Buu. Goku agreed to go and asked Vegeta. Vegeta agreed just to ensure Goku did not surpass his power. Supreme Kaio-sama teleported the four of them away. They fully believed Majin Buu was destroyed. They failed to notice the pink smoke gathering together and taking a solid form. Back on Earth, a reporter interviewed Mr. Satan. Mr. Satan struck a peace pose and claimed he had finally defeated the terrible Piccolo Damaku. The reporter praised the world champion for saving them. Elsewhere, Babidi and Dabura crawled out of the rubble. Babidi had used a barrier to survive. Babidi cried over the loss of Majin Buu. Dabura pointed a shaking finger at the pink smoke. The smoke condensed into a fat pink creature. Babidi gasped in disbelief. The creature announced he was hungry. Babidi cheered and mocked the heroes for failing to stop him. Buu stomped his feet and yelled that he was hungry again. Dabura warned Babidi that the creature was acting like a child. Babidi insisted appearances were deceiving. Buu screamed for food while steam blew out of the holes in his head. Dabura told him to shut up and fired a lethal blast right through the monster. Babidi screamed at Dabura for attacking their weapon. Dabura sneered and called Buu a weakling. They watched in horror as Buu looked down at the gaping hole in his stomach without a hint of pain. Buu grew furious and blew more steam from his head. The hole sealed instantly. Buu charged Dabura and absorbed a punch directly to the face. Dabura kicked him in the stomach, but Buu did not even flinch. Dabura unleashed a frantic barrage of strikes, but nothing hurt the monster. Dabura grew exhausted and backed away. Buu smiled playfully and skipped toward him. Buu sang a song about eating him. Dabura barely dodged a sudden beam of light fired from Buu. The beam hit a large rock and turned it into chocolate. Buu happily walked over to eat the candy. Dabura used the opening to charge his ultimate attack. He fired a massive blast that blew Buu into 1,000 pieces. Babidi screamed at Dabura in a panic. Dabura laughed and claimed that if he could destroy the monster, the others would have defeated him easily. The scattered pieces of pink flesh suddenly twitched and crept toward Dabura. Babidi watched in shock. Dabura realized too late what was happening. The pink mass enveloped Dabura completely. The flesh reformed into a taller and more muscular Majin Buu, wearing the clothes of Dabura. Babidi called out to the monster but received no answer. Babidi laughed and celebrated getting rid of Dabura. He ordered the new Buu to obey him. The monster remained silent. Babidi threw a tantrum and threatened to seal him back in the egg. The new Buu had absorbed Dabura and his personality. Buu calmly grabbed Babidi by the throat and fired an energy blast that ended the evil wizard forever. Goku and Vegeta arrived on the Supreme Kaio-sama planet. The other Saiyans were waiting for them after finishing their training with North Kaio-sama. They greeted each other until a terrifying sensation washed over them. Supreme Kaio-sama trembled at the massive energy. Kibito realized Majin Buu was alive. Vegeta refused to believe it. Goku stated the power was extraordinary. Goku smirked and guessed it might give his Super Saiyan 3 form a real challenge. Vegeta demanded to know what Goku was talking about. Goku yelled at Supreme Kaio-sama to take them back to Earth immediately. Supreme Kaio-sama agreed to teleport them. Kibito suddenly warned them that he sensed two massive powers. The other Saiyans were confused. Goku had a terrible feeling about the situation. Supreme Kaio-sama ordered Kibito to take them back. They teleported to Earth. Minutes before their arrival, the fat Majin Buu was flying over the mountains. He spotted a young boy walking alone. Buu landed and wondered what kind of candy he should turn him into. The boy did not react. Buu yelled to get his attention. The boy apologized and explained he was blind. Buu was confused why the boy was not afraid. The boy asked what Buu was going to do. Buu placed a hand on his head and magically restored his vision. Buu told him to open his eyes. The boy protested but slowly opened them. He gasped in awe as he saw the world for the first time. The boy jumped for joy and hugged Buu. Buu stared in utter confusion. The boy called him a saint and ran home. The good nature within Buu was trying to surface, but the evil influence of Dabura fought back. Buu screamed in agony and expelled a cloud of dark smoke. The smoke formed a second Majin Buu. This one was emaciated with dark gray skin and cold eyes. The good Buu asked who he was. The evil Buu declared his identity. The good Buu angrily claimed the name for himself. They argued and attacked each other. The fight was balanced until they fired massive energy waves at one another. The evil Buu overpowered the good Buu. The Saiyans arrived just in time to watch the evil Buu consume the good Buu. The monster transformed again. His skin returned to pink, but he grew taller and radiated absolute malice. Supreme Kaio-sama fell to his knees in despair. Super Buu noticed them and vanished. He reappeared instantly and struck Goku. Raditz transformed into a Super Saiyan and noted the monster was incredibly fast. Goku ascended to Super Saiyan 2 and ordered the gods to leave. Supreme Kaio-sama and Kibito teleported away without hesitation. The other Saiyans transformed and rushed Buu. Their efforts were completely useless. Buu swatted them away like flies. Goku knew Super Saiyan 3 would drain his energy, but he had no other choice. Goku screamed and began to power up. Nappa asked what he was doing. Vegeta realized Goku was going to use his hidden form. Vegeta ordered Tarbal Raditz Nappa and Broly to get out of the way. Goku continued to scream, while the earth shook violently. Nappa tried to argue. Vegeta screamed at them to leave immediately. The Saiyans retreated while Vegeta stepped up to hold Buu off. Goku pushed his energy to the absolute limit. Buu tried to interrupt the transformation, but Vegeta intercepted him. Buu threw a punch but Vegeta deflected it. Vegeta aimed to strike at his stomach. Buu countered with a brutal knee, and sank into the ground. Buu emerged behind Vegeta and struck the back of his neck. Goku let out one final roar as a blinding golden light engulfed the battlefield. The light faded to reveal Goku with massive flowing hair, and no eyebrows. Goku stood in his Super Saiyan 3 form and glared at Super Buu. Goku lunged forward. They traded a furious flurry of blows. Goku slowly gained the upper hand. He drove his fist deep into Buu, making the monster cough up blood. Goku flew upward and delivered a crushing knee to his jaw. Goku prepared to fire a Kamehameha, but his energy suddenly failed. He reverted back to Super Saiyan 2, panting heavily. Super Buu smiled wickedly. He punched Goku in the stomach and sent him crashing next to Vegeta. Vegeta cursed Goku for failing. Goku gasped for air and admitted he was out of power. Goku desperately tried to think of a plan. He looked at Vegeta and asked how much time he could buy him. Vegeta asked what he meant. A loud voice interrupted them from behind a rock. Mr. Satan stepped out and demanded to know what was going on. Goku and Vegeta stared at him. Goku warned the man to leave because it was too dangerous. Mr. Satan struck a pose and claimed the world champion feared nothing. Goku tried to warn him again, but Vegeta interrupted. Vegeta stated that if the fool wanted to stay he could stay. Vegeta powered up to Super Saiyan 2 and asked Goku how much time he needed. Goku promised to create a massive Jinkidama. Vegeta admitted he did not know what that was but charged at Buu anyway. Goku flew to the top of a rock formation and raised his hands to the sky. He closed his eyes and breathed deeply. He called out to Kao-sama telepathically. Kao-sama answered immediately. Goku asked him to project his voice across the entire planet. Kao-sama agreed and established the connection. Goku shouted to the people of Earth. He warned them of a terrible enemy and begged everyone to raise their hands to share their energy. Back at Capsule Corporation, Yamcha recognized the voice. Tien raised his hands along with the other warriors and civilians. Back on the battlefield, Mr. Satan watched Vegeta fighting a losing battle against the monster and assumed it was all a bad dream. Vegeta was knocked back and landed right next to the champion. Mr. Satan muttered about his strange dream. Vegeta stood up and delivered a swift punch to Mr. Satan. Mr. Satan doubled over in severe pain. Vegeta asked if that felt like a dream. Vegeta rushed back into the fight. He tried to punch Buu, but the monster caught his fist and delivered a knee to the stomach. Vegeta dropped his transformation and fell to the ground. Goku screamed at the humans and asked if they wanted to die. Super Buu suddenly noticed the growing sphere of energy in the sky. Goku cursed his bad luck. Buu unleashed a barrage of attacks. Goku endured the punishment, but knew he was going to lose. Buu prepared a lethal blast, but Raditz suddenly kicked him in the face. Vegeta looked up and saw the other Saiyans had returned. Broly roared in his Super Saiyan form and attacked Buu alongside the others. They fought desperately to distract the monster. Goku looked at the small Jinkidama and sighed in defeat. He knew it was not enough energy. He started to lower his arms. Mr. Satan suddenly grabbed the mental broadcast. He announced his presence as the world champion. He told the people he was fighting a terrible villain and ordered them to raise their hands. Goku stared in utter shock. Mr. Satan apologized to Goku and explained the humans would only listen to him. Goku smiled and called him a true hero. The people of Earth heard their champion and raised their hands toward the sky. Goku watched happily as the Jinkidama grew to a massive size. The sheer scale of the attack caught the attention of Buu again. Buu ignored the Saiyans and blasted them all away with a shockwave. Vegeta lay unconscious directly in the blast radius of the Jinkidama. Mr. Satan bravely ran forward and threw Vegeta over his shoulder. He told Goku to throw it. Goku screamed and hurled the energy of the earth at the monster. Buu panicked and tried to push the massive sphere back with a barrage of blasts. Goku transformed into a Super Saiyan and pushed the Jinkidama even harder. At Capsule Corporation, Krillin and Tien sensed the massive surge in power. Goku and Buu struggled for control. Buu slowly lost ground and realized his end had come. Goku spoke softly to the monster. He praised Buu for fighting with everything he had. Goku admired his power and the terrifying transformations he endured. He wished for Buu to be reincarnated as a good person so they could fight again one day. Goku said his final goodbye. The Saiyans cheered for Goku. Goku screamed and gave the Jinkidama one final push. Majin Buu screamed in agony as the energy completely disintegrated him. The Jinkidama carried his remains into space and exploded in a massive firework display. Goku dropped to his knees and declared it was finally over. He floated down to the ground and gave Vegeta a thumbs up. Vegeta returned the gesture. The Supreme Kao-sama arrived and healed their wounds. They praised the warriors for saving the universe. The group went their separate ways. The Saiyans departed to continue their training. Goku traveled to the home of Bulma to tell the Z fighters the entire story. Meanwhile, back in the other universe, Black and Kang finalized their massive army and prepared to launch their devastating invasion. Will the Avengers be able to stop them? Find out in the next part.